Welcome to From the Second Row. I'm Brenda Rozzi, and
I'm Rich Russell, the troublemaker. And I usually try to start something off with a little ditty, I haven't got the limericks yet. I can't get all the clean words to rhyme yet. But Saturday, the Lawrence Municipal Airport had a wonderful, actually it was 5 hours. I could only stay for 4. My back was killing me. I was sunburnt the whole 9 yards. But I like taking pictures. If it's there, I'm going to take a picture of it. Now, I saw something, and it's probably carried on the city inventory as a snowplow for the airport. I disagree. I think this is a super paper shredder for City Hall. I don't care what anybody says. They got this thing mislabeled.
We're gonna have to watch for it in the parking lot.
And you thought the only thing Oshkosh by gosh made was little kids' clothes. Nope, this is an Oshkosh.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Oshkosh. But, okay, on to bigger and better things.
Okay,
I apologize.
No, that was good. On to City Council agenda. City Council meeting is tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, City Hall. Come and join us. Come. You can sit in the first row. You can sit in the third row. You can't sit in the second row.
Second row, the middle of the second row is reserved for
Francisco Urena.
The airport manager, yes.
It's always reserved for him.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one we have on the agenda is the public hearings. And they're going to install one SO pole on Auburn Street near Short Street and Oak Street. Now, could you explain what an SO pole and a JO pole is?
Okay, after the last ordinance committee meeting, I talked to Dave Johnson from National Grid, nice guy. I asked him, I should know because I did a lot of work surveying, locating utility poles and everything. An SO pole is a singly owned pole, as in there's only one utility service on it, the electric or the telephone or the cable. A JO pole, and they are labeled as what they're going to do, is an SO or a JO. A JO is joint owned, meaning there's more than one utility. You could have Mass Electric, and you could have one of the telephone companies, or you could have a cable company. You could have all three of them on there.
Right.
I don't think there's any other utilities that are above ground in Lawrence, but you may have learned something for better or for worse.
Like I said,
I learned something when I talked to Dave a week ago.
Yeah, I actually didn't know what SOJ. I saw them, but never. So now there are no communications from the mayor, city officials, and city attorney.
Is that good or bad?
I guess
yes,
that's a good thing. Now we have the committee reports.
We did have one communication that never came before the council, but it did come to the council because the mayor was out of the country, and Council President Giovanni Rodriguez, councilor at large, was the acting mayor. Which brings up another question that I'll ask it anyways.
Okay.
With all the money they're spending on renovating the third floor, are they going to create an acting mayor's office suite?
They're not doing renovations on the third floor. No, I heard they weren't doing it.
Are they going to move the city attorney back upstairs?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, that's one.
No. But
one
flight
lower on the nosebleed schedule.
I heard they weren't going to do anything. So.
Okay. No kitchen?
No kitchen, no bathrooms, no showers, nothing.
Oh, okay.
No, whatever. So now we have the Budget and Finance Committee. And the first one is to authorize to expend grant funds, $11,389.70 for fiscal year 24 SAFE and/or Senior SAFE grant, put on the agenda by Brian Moriarty, Fire Chief.
That's what? To get money for smoke detectors and stuff like that?
I believe so, yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Next one. Annual fire service charges water and sewer connection fees. That's put on by William Hale, Water and Sewer Commissioner, and he explained that over the course of years, the rates have remained the same, and the rates have been the same for all size pipes. Now, most homes have a 1-inch service, and then you have a 2-inch service. So most people think, well, the price should double. No, the price doesn't double because a 2-inch pipe carries, I think it's 3 times as much water as a 1-inch pipe.
Okay.
When you figure everything out. And then you go to a 4-inch pipe, and it progressively gets more and more and more. And they're using the water rates or the water capacity as determined by the American Water Society. Well, the water people.
Okay. Okay, the next one is payment of prior year invoices, $3,377.61 to Milton Cat, also put on by William Hale Water and Sewer Commission.
That was a bill that kind of fell through the
Right.
cracks in the system.
Right.
It was for to repair a piece of construction type equipment,
Right.
and it just fell. It's
Right.
like 2 years old, and it kept handing off, and it didn't go to the right people.
Right.
But nothing
No.
out of the ordinary there.
No.
Authorization to expend grant funds, $2 million from Congresswoman Trahan's community project funding, the Mario Lucchese Memorial Bridge.
And will you tell people what that is, please? Because I didn't know.
Mario Lucchese Memorial Bridge is on Union Street, and it goes over the North Canal, which runs parallel to Canal Street and Island Street.
Okay.
Okay, and they're going to spend $2 million to repair it. And if you look at it or you drive down Union Street, the easterly sidewalk is already barricaded off because it's in serious condition.
Right.
And if you're walking up that side, in order to cross that side of the bridge, cross all over the bridge on that side of it, you're going to be walking in traffic.
Right.
But again, it is what it is.
Yeah. Authorization to expend grant funds of $100,000 to the Mass Broadband Institute for Digital Equity Implementation Plan.
That was something supposedly to improve cable service or the speed of cable service and whatever.
I think it was to get people who didn't have it to have it.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, authority to expend grant funds, $8,146.64. God, I'm glad they taught me how to read numbers in school. The Mass DEP's Recycling Dividend Program from Rosanna Del Rosario, Acting Deputy Director of Director of Public Works. They must have cashed in a lot of bottles. That's the only thing I can say. I mean, I know I'm being sarcastic,
Yeah.
but if we can spend it legitimately, fine.
Right. And then the next one is authorization to expend grant funds, $139,805 for Mass Department of Public Health for Mass in Motion, active transportation, safe routes to schools and parks, and open spaces.
And this was put on by Alicia Miller, the Mayor's Health Task Force.
She's been on a long time. They do a lot.
Yeah.
She does a lot.
You're a few years younger than I am. How did we ever get to school?
Walked.
Yes. How did we ever get to school without having this type of a program?
And we, in a lot.
Successfully, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. These people nowadays, whatever.
Oh, you can do the next one.
Oh, this one's a sweetheart. This one, put it bluntly, turned into a crap show. 394.24, authority to expend funds, $286,000 from the Merrimack Valley Planning Commission EPA revolving loan funds. Now, this is to demolish the Florence Street garage. It's city-owned property, and this was put on by Dan McCarthy, and Dan wasn't there to defend it, and it developed into an ultimate crap show. One city councilor kept asking, who are the abutters? And can I mention? Yeah, Octavian Spanner, the mayor's super senior advisor. Oh, we don't. Well, the truth be known, the biggest abutter is the mayor. where the donut shop, a former donut shop, former pastry shop, and the laundromat on Broadway, right next to his Tenaris Tires, owns the property. And coming back down Florence Street, former city councilor, District D councilor Oneida Aquino owns a vacant lot. Now, I went on Google Maps and I blew that site up. And that property, the building on that property is listed as almost, 99-year-old service garage. And it is, you can tell it's that type of a deal. That building pretty much occupies the entire lot. How do they know that there's hazardous material under that building?
They don't.
But they're getting $286,000.
The one good thing is, hopefully Dan McCarthy will be back tomorrow night and he can explain, because he would know more.
Yeah, but again, the thing is, the property is only assessed for if it was taxed. It's owned by the city, so there's no taxes being paid on it. The property, if I'm not mistaken, is assessed for $217,000. They're going to spend $286,000 to tear down the garage and perform remedial action on any hazardous material that may be on the site that they're going to find that, because you don't give grant money back.
Right. It's going
No,
to be
I'm sorry, that's a revolving loan.
Yeah.
Oh, we know who's revolving on that one.
Okay, now we have the ordinance committee. And the first one is Chico Summer Shootout, which is August 23rd, O'Neill Park.
Yeah. I have no problem. Yeah. I know who runs it. She does a good job. She's trying to get kids involved and give them something to do in the summertime. But the thing that gets me is, okay, this one will be approved in time.
Right.
Okay. So this is not something as in new business.
Right.
But again, we'll get to some of that a little bit later on. Now, you've got the item. I don't have it on.
Okay.
See, there is a problem. I printed this out Friday afternoon.
I printed this out last night.
Yeah, and she has something on her agenda that I don't have on mine, yet both of them have the same date timestamp.
Right. So
mine, you read it.
Okay. Amend non-union classification plan, Director of Project Management and Development, which they want to change the grant writer.
They make the grant writer
the Director of Project Management and Development.
Now, this paperwork came down as, if I'm not mistaken, as almost an emergency situation. It lacked any form of real documentation.
There was no
Salary.
could tell salary on it.
Oh, that's being worked on.
Right.
Come on, don't send something down if you don't have all the little duckies are in a row, or the dollar signs are in a row. Oh, that's right, the dollar signs weren't in a row yet. But, it is what it is, and that went on for quite a while, too. Again, another city councilor, several of them, as a matter of fact, went hammer and nail with about it. And they basically told them, bring it down when you get the particulars, everything in the entire package.
So obviously they must have the particulars if it's now on the agenda.
But my question is, how come it's not on mine and it is on yours?
I don't know.
That's an amended agenda,
But it doesn't say amended on it.
I know it.
No,
but
whatever. And next now there's a softball tournament, August 31st and September 1st. From 10 in the morning to 7 o'clock at night at O'Connell Park Fields.
That one will pass the sniff test.
Right.
Let's see. Likewise, the family gathering at Storrow Park on September 1st from 10 to 10.
But didn't they something with that one, I believe?
I'm not sure.
I think there was something with that one. They had to go back and do something. And then Celebrate Recovery Month Overdose Awareness Event, August 24th. They're going to do a procession from Campanile Common to Scarrito Park. And the event is going to be at Scarrito Park.
I won't make any comments about that.
No.
Let's see. Okay, resolution. This is 36824. Resolution regarding the status of the Lawrence Redevelopment Authority and transfer of properties by the council president, Giovanni Rodriguez. I would be hesitant if I didn't say that basically he's trying to prevent a power grab by the Lawrence Redevelopment Authority. They want to do everything they want, and whether it's to benefit them and their friends, I mean, I said it. Go ahead, hang me, but it's the truth. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I saw what they were trying to do last year. In all intentions, it's good, but they want all this property all at once. I would like to see, and I had talked to them about it. I says, we'll give you a couple, see how it works out. I want to see results. I don't want to see stuff drifting off into Never Land and being replaced with. No, I can't say that.
Yeah.
I won't.
Well,
Let's see. And let's see, we got a removal of a handicap sign on 19 Logan Street.
and now we have disclosures of potential conflict of interest by city employees
These
who
are,
who are going to be poll workers.
they're city employees and they're poll workers. No issue with that. They do have problems getting
Right.
poll workers. I did attend a poll worker class. They do have a full complement of poll workers right now.
Okay.
So they're just hoping that nobody calls in sick because it could present a problem. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now the
personnel.
Yeah. Extension of 90-day appointments, DPW Deputy Directors Roseanne Del Rosario and Ada Santana. I didn't realize they were just 90-day appointments.
I thought they were provisional, which was a 6 month of provision.
I thought they would give them the job. I didn't know it was anything.
I don't know.
But, yeah.
Let's see, old business, no public safety, no committee of the whole.
No.
Public safety, I'm sorry, old business, Minds with a Purpose. They're requesting a date change to August 25th.
Yeah.
Whether that gets brought up or not remains to be seen. We have a volleyball tournament at Dia de Juego Family Sports Day, August 31st at Howard Park. And it was tabled at the Ordinance Committee, probably for lack of proper documentation or
Yeah.
paperwork or sign-offs or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And this one, I still can't place where it is. Name park located at Canal Street at the Oxford Paper Mill.
Oxford Paper Mill was used to be across from Lawrence General. Now, I think it's around that area.
Canal Street,
Yeah.
the Oxford Paper.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's across the
Canal.
canal from Ferris Park then.
Right, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And again, that one was tabled, and they wanted to name it Julia Silverio Park.
Yep.
It's an honor, a fitting honor for her
Yep.
for all she's done.
Yep. Exactly.
Now,
Any table matters you want to go over?
I want to just say we have tabled matters from 14, 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, a whole bunch of them from 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 20, 20, 21, 21, 20. We got stuff that goes back 10 years.
Yep.
And I would like to see them have some sort of an ordinance to change. If it's over 3 years old, it automatically gets wiped.
Right. Yeah.
There are some there. I understand that, you and I got fed up and left on the August 7th meeting about the voting ID.
Right.
And the one that caught me by surprise that was supporting it is Anna Levy. But again, I got to think back. If it wasn't for Anna Levy, we'd still be using those
Old machines.
the voting machines that would break down every 5 minutes.
Right.
So I mean, and District C Councilor Greg Del Rosario supported it. But again, I don't think he was there that meeting.
No, he
No,
wasn't.
he wasn't,
No, he
because
wasn't, yeah.
uh,
Because I'm surprised they brought it up, because he was the co-author of
but
it.
again, the rest of the
Yeah.
council is all kind of ganged up on Anna and didn't want voter ID. I got no problem with voter
I don't have
ID.
any problem
I
with
got
that.
nothing to hide. I'm not ashamed of who I am. I'm not ashamed to identify myself as to who I am.
Well, funny story about that. I had gone outside to give Elsa Sanchez her sign from National Night Out, and Telemundo was there, and they were told to come to the meeting because I think they thought they were going to vote on the voter ID, and they asked us who we were. They spoke to Elsa in Spanish, and asked her, a bunch of questions, things like that. Then they said to me, "What do you think?" I said, "I honestly think we should have it." I said, because how many times you go in to vote and the person, you give the name, but the person can't either understand you or whatever. This way, if you have your ID, you can just show them. They can just cross it off. I think that would make voting a lot quicker.
It would. I like I said earlier, I attended the voter poll worker workshop, and one of the things is that poll workers cannot ask for, under most circumstances, can't ask for a voter ID. But if they're in the process of trying to identify whether somebody is who they say, they're on the ballot, but they've been inactive, you can ask for verification.
Right.
I got no problem with that. Years ago, excuse me, I live on Cross Street, and I used to vote. What was the one that the center that they tore down behind the church on Hampshire Street? It's now the big parking lot by the
I don't remember.
the Lebanese festival. The Plains Center.
Oh yes, the Plains. Yes,
Yeah, it was the Plains
yes,
Center.
yes.
I used to vote there, and my work schedule allowed me to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I walked in, and I gave the woman my driver's license, only because, I'll be honest, I don't speak Spanish.
Right.
And most of the poll workers over there don't speak English. So she says, "I can't ask you for that." I says, "You didn't. I offered it." And then one of them said, "You don't live there." And I said, "Why?" They said, "White people don't live on Cross Street." I says, "I do, and I'm well liked." And they just looked at me. I says, "Because I got a snowblower." Kind of shut him up, and the cop, he had a laugh over that, walked out. He said, "Boy, you took care of them." But again, the voter ID, I have no problem.
I have no problem with,
I am for it 100%.
And it's true, because Telemundo said, "Well, do you think, is there voter fraud?" And I just said, possibly. But this would eliminate voter fraud.
I obtained a copy of the voting list for the city of Lawrence that was good through July 7th. And there was just over 47,000 people that were on the voting list. Now, it goes through the voting list, and if you look across all the lines of a person's name, there'll be either an I or an A. The I means you're an inactive voter. A means you're an active voter. Now, I'm not overly fond of the way the state has set up the voter registration process. I can walk into City Hall and register to vote. I renew my license. If I don't check if I check a box, they will re-register me again. I will get a second registration, so I'll be registered twice. Or if I were on the DTE, the old welfare thing, you get automatically registered. I'm not overly fond about it. City election workers cannot go through and remove people from the ballot or from the voting list because of double
Names.
double registration. A lot of people are there, they get married, and they hyphenate their last name. You see that?
Yep.
They move, they re-register. and they don't tell them that they moved from such and such a street.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, I went through 2 districts. I went through, took the thing on a computer, and I went through A1 and A2. And I probably came up with 300 names just in those 2 districts. Now, let's see, there's 24, so there's about 2,000 people in each voting district.
Right.
If I came up with 5% in each district, you tell me how many people need to be purged from the voting list. But the city can't do it. I can go in and say, if I were to run across Brenda's name twice, I would have to go get a subpoena, pay a constable to deliver the paperwork to her twice to have her come down and prove who she was. The city can't do it, even though the city knows it. But again, that's the way we're playing the game in Lawrence, and people do it. And I mean, we've heard some other stories about various campaign sitting there and checking off who votes, and then at 7 o'clock they call in and they said, this person didn't vote, this person didn't vote, this person didn't vote. And people just go down and they say, I'm Mr. Joe Schwartz, I'm Mrs. Ralph Smith. And as long as they're active, they don't have to show anything.
Right.
You know, this is the way it works. If voter fraud, you can do it.
I know. I remember when Dan Rivera was running for mayor, and he had us sitting at the poll, but it was only one of them was only till noontime.
Yeah.
You know, and then you would bring everything
Yeah.
back. You know, and you have to listen carefully, because you can't say, what is your name?
No.
And they can't repeat it. You have to listen very
Yeah.
carefully for
You
who
get
it
one
was.
shot at it. And
Right.
once they get handed the ballot,
That's it.
that's it. You have no complaint.
Right.
You
Right.
got- you have
right.
nothing to do.
Right. You know, it was interesting, you know, to see, you know, all that. That did, yeah.
Okay, on to other. Okay, that one supposedly, that's something I put on there a year ago, and supposedly they're going to be pulling money from the FY25 budget and replacing the plaques on the 3.
Oh, okay.
On the Toomey, the
Yep.
Stockton, and the Isabel Melendez
Okay.
monuments.
Yep.
And putting the honoree's name as the largest name and not the mayor's name.
Yeah.
Now we go to one more. Let's see. Okay, this is on the page 3. 9224. This is probably from March, I guess, February or March.
Oh.
Amendment to the non-union classification plan. And now this is when Mark Iannello, the CAFO, was running the personnel department because of the turnover in the personnel directors. He filed that on behalf of the mayor. To me, let's see, the non-union classification thing, when it was initiated 2 years or 2.5 years ago, had 79, 80, or 81 people that were non-union that had their salaries classified by the Collins Commission report. And again, it doesn't say what they're doing, but again, this one is sitting there, so obviously it didn't pass the sniff test for a few people.
Tabled. That's, you know, a lot of them have been tabled a while. You know, and this is in the number 14824, establishment of home rule petition defining a governing structure for the Lawrence School Board upon the exit of state receivership, with the ad hoc committee created. They have created. In fact, I think they're having a meeting on Wednesday night, if I'm not mistaken. You know, they've had one meeting. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, are we going to get out of receivership? What is going to happen?
The one thing I know, ultimately, will probably be another 2 years. They'll want to see how Mr. Carrero does in his first 2 years. But from what I understand, they want to go from 6 elected district representatives
Right.
to 5. You know, kind of a crap show that's going to cause for elections.
So which district do you not do?
Yeah, I know it.
Is it just going to be random? Just throw it out and say, okay, District C this time won't be.
And the mayor gets to appoint 3 of them. Three more people, so there's 8,
Yeah.
and there's got to be one more person, so you cannot have a tie.
Right.
So
It's going to be interesting. It's going to really be interesting.
and again, the same thing in a similar vein is I think it was tail end. What was it? Thursday or Friday? I told you I sent in the application to become one of the police chiefs.
Oh, right.
And they were going to have 8 people on community search, police chief search committee. Police department was going to put 2. The mayor was going to put 1. I'm trying to think how else they were broken down. And there was going to be a search, a headhunting outfit. And the mayor, and you could volunteer. I sent in my application. I know somebody else had sent in the application.
Yeah.
The mayor will pick 3 volunteers from the community. Do you think?
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Maybe. Well,
Yeah, I hope I would.
yeah.
I can be. I'm as objective as anybody.
Right.
You know, I don't care. I don't care who the police chief is, as long as he's worked in a comparable environment. I mean,
Has experience.
population-wise.
Has the education.
Yes, the education and training.
Yeah.
And he is reasonably clean from internal squabbles.
Right.
There's a few other things that could be mentioned there too. You can write on his. No, I can't say that.
No, but it should be someone who has the experience, has someone who ultimately that knows the city of Lawrence.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, because that's the main thing, But we're losing a lot of police officers, and that's the sad part.
Yeah. Well, again, you remember when they were going to the fire department, they wanted to hire from within. Mm-hmm. There are times that hiring from within
It's a good thing.
Is a good thing, but hiring Brian Moriarty.
Oh, he was the best.
He opened what two old fire stations,
Yep.
and he's got brand new 3 or 4 pieces of brand new equipment.
More than that, I think.
At bargain prices.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
I can see the yes and the no about hiring from
Right.
within.
Right. But he also worked in the city on
Yes,
the ambulance,
I
so
know
he
it.
knew the city. He
Yes,
knew the
yes,
police
he
officer.
did.
He knew the firefighters.
And he even working as a firefighter in Haverhill, he was in Lawrence enough. He knew everything.
Exactly.
But again,
So yeah.
Again, that worked out well.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, I don't care if somebody has. Do I want to see? I don't mean to demean the police chief of Hingham. Do I want to see him as our new police
No.
chief? Somebody with our community of 35,000. I want to see somebody that comes from a community of 125,000 that has had similar issues that we have had.
Right.
Violence, drugs, and has dealt with it.
Right. Exactly.
But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Because isn't it supposed to be by September?
That's when sometime the first or second week of September the committee is supposed to be announced.
Okay.
Yeah,
So hopefully, be interesting.
Yeah, it will. Maybe the second one of these shows, I may be crying in my beer. I don't know.
All right, let's go into new business.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to do the first one?
Dedication of Officer Jacob Easy
yeah.
Square, Stevens Avenue area. That's by Councilor Stephanie Infante and Detective Thomas Cuddy, Lawrence Police Department. I have no issue. I mean,
He was
with
injured
him-
in the line of duty.
Yeah,
He was a great police officer.
yeah,
His family still lives in the city.
yeah,
Don't have a problem. In fact, I thought it was supposed to have been on a while ago.
yeah.
I'm glad they're finally doing something.
Yeah, well, didn't they wasn't a kind of a fiasco involving him one way or another at some other isn't there some kind of a police memorial up around the State House? And there was kind of a horror show going on.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't remember that.
But no,
whatever.
I have no problems.
No, he was injured in the line. I remember when he was injured. That no problem, and I'm glad they're finally going to get it done, especially for the family. Because they all still live around still in that area.
It is a fitting memorial, but it still does not bring him back.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Now let's see. We got handicap parking, 117 Oxford Street. Yeah, that's a run-of-the-mill thing, as long as everything is proper.
And you have to remember, handicap parking, just because you want it, it's not for you. It's anyone who has handicap
Anybody
placard
has a
can
handicap
park
placard belongs to the handicap parking spaces still belong to the city.
Right.
In fact, all parking spaces belong to the city.
And that's a lot of people don't realize. I asked for it. Granted, you asked for it, but doesn't mean that if someone else is handicapped and gets there first, they can't park there, because they can.
Yeah. When they apply for it, they are advised of this, but they very quickly forget it.
Yeah. They do. All right. So let's see. Celebration del Dia de la Bible, September 28th, 3:30 to 7, Campione Common.
And I don't see any, they get the normal, keep the noise down, no cars on the thing. Well, that's
Speakers facing you, not facing the road.
Yeah.
No cars on the common. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't go back.
Now we have GBR Back to School Drive on August 25th, 2024, from 11 to 3, Campione Common. I admire them doing what they're doing, but I don't know why the people that handed out the application for this permit didn't say you can't do it.
Right.
Because they need about a 6-week lead time for everything to be done properly.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But again, they must know. No, I won't say that.
Okay. Lights on Lawrence Day, DV Awareness Month, October 3rd, 6 to 7, Campione Common, flagpole area.
Oh, DV, that's got to be domestic violence.
Right.
Because I see it from the Y.
Right.
YWCA.
Right.
Okay, they're going to remove handicap parking on 117 Stearns Ave. Then we got a couple of handicap parking, Milton Street and Forest Street. Again, the same thing.
And then payment of prior bills, $56,763.50 put on by the city attorney. So that's going to be interesting. What was that for? Is it for legal fees that we need to pay, or is it, I don't know.
Well, we know it's not for postage, because they wouldn't be sending anything out with
No.
Postage doesn't have, post office doesn't accept IOUs.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But again, you never know. But hopefully in time, all of this, no, we won't even find out, because they'll just go down that, and that will go to budget and finance.
Go to budget finance, so we'd have to go to budget
and finance to find out what it's all about.
Right.
But other than that, that's the show.
And National Night Out went well. A lot of areas, we had a lot of people, which was great. The one thing that got me mad is when people were making speeches, they never thanked the police, and they never thanked the firefighters.
No.
And that's what National Night is.
It's
for the firefighters and the police.
Public safety officials.
Public safety, exactly. Yeah. EMTs, if there were anyone there.
Yeah.
So at the city council meeting the next night, I did get up and said, I made a comment about them not thanking them, and I thanked the firefighters and the police officers, because every day they get up, go to work, put on their uniforms.
Yep.
They're putting on to protect us. And thank you for protecting us. I just found it very bizarre that no one said, well, thank you, firefighters, But ours was really great. We had the Lawrence Firefighters Union had a dunk tank at the Mount Vernon one, and the kids were having a blast dunking the firefighters.
Yeah, that was good. They had and they brought in there were 3 canines:
Right.
Bill Ricker,
Drake
and Lawrence.
which I didn't even know they were coming.
Yeah. Well, and the Bill Ricker guy, he showed up at 4:30.
Yeah, that was cool. It was like, what are you doing here? Oh,
Somebody
whatever.
come over
Yeah.
and just as they're getting ready to start the thing, and they said the mayor's here. I said, it's a big deal. These guys have been sitting here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know.
You
know.
the kids loved it.
Yeah.
The kids, hopefully they'll do it again next year, and we can do it a lot quicker,
Yeah.
than
Work out a little bit better schedule.
right. Like I said, didn't know. If we had known, we could have said yeah. But I think Drake and Lawrence showed up later.
Yeah, they did.
So
Bill
that's-
Ricker was
yeah.
the first one there.
Bill Ricker, so we need to coordinate it like together.
Yeah.
Because if they had come first, they could have done ours and then maybe gone on to another one.
Yeah.
Going up to
The Bill Ricker dog canine. He was more of a search dog.
Yeah.
But the Magnus, the Lawrence police dog, he's friendly.
yeah.
But
But
they put on a nice demonstration with a padded sleeve and
Yep.
going after him, and the police the Bill Ricker or the Drake police officer had the sleeve on because these guys all trained together.
Together, right.
And he was swinging, and Magnus was just holding on to
That's-
that thing for dear life. And then when
Yeah.
they stopped the Lawrence police
Right.
canine officers, he gave him the
Right.
command, and he threw him a toy, and the
Right.
dog was chasing
Right.
the toy all
Yeah.
over the ballpark.
And then we had the disc jockey he works for a radio station in Boston, but he also does change the play. He has kids that help him, that are trouble kids, and,
Yeah.
and they were fantastic. The music was great. He was just really good.
At least they played something I understood. Old time rock and roll. Bob Seger, Silver Dollar Band, Silver Bullet Band.
Yeah, but no, but I'm just saying that. But and everyone loved it. We had a good time. We had Keith Waddicker cooking hot dogs, which was great. It's like yay, like old times.
Now, getting back to the music, I one thing. One of my pet peeves about the music. Springsteen, Born in the USA.
Yeah.
They say that's a patriot. That is not a patriot. That's
No.
a war song. I mean, you listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
No, I can't. And I've managed to talk a couple of them out of not playing it. You listen
Yeah.
to the lyrics.
Right.
And they okay, I understand. So I mean, maybe I'm making a little bit of a change.
Well, yeah. But like I said, it was nice. The kids.
It was a good time.
The kids played a lot of the music. The kids did a lot of the disc jockeying, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
And it's good that these people want to help the kids.
Yeah.
And like I said, he gave me his card, and I'd use him again.
The police were handing out stick-on badges.
Right,
The
like they always
firefighters were
do, yeah,
handing
hanging
out
up the hats.
plastic helmets.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
And then they have some kind of a, I don't know what it was in the ball field, batting practice or
Yeah,
home
they
run
did.
hit.
The kids were having a blast. They hitting the ball, catching. The kids were having a blast
Yeah,
up
I know,
there.
it was a good
Because
time.
originally, when we first got there, it had just stopped raining.
Yeah.
The grass was wet, and they weren't going to do anything.
Yeah.
But then it dried up quickly, and they go, okay, let's go out and do that.
It's a worthwhile thing. I do miss the 2-night
Right.
thing.
Yeah, but it's hard.
It is hard. I
Yeah.
can understand that.
Yeah. And we talked with Martha, and we said maybe next year because it started 2 nights with Harold Magoon because it was a citywide thing and then each individual.
Yeah.
But then it could be very costly.
I know it can.
So, we said to Martha, maybe next year we can do one big one on a Tuesday night in the, she had said on the South Common, which, fine. The only bad part is parking. But hey.
I don't see
Yeah.
why they couldn't I remember a couple of years ago when we were down at the South Common, they brought in the state police helicopter.
Right, yeah.
And that was down the far end. I don't see why you couldn't land that there in the ball field. I mean, like, wasn't the hot air balloon, wasn't
A few
that
years
part
ago.
of it 5, 6 years ago?
Yep, I believe so, yeah. We tried to get it this year, but the funding just wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, that's the sad part. You know, couldn't get the funding. But I'm just saying we could, you know, with the Common, we could probably do more. But then you have to, well, maybe we wouldn't have to rent anything. And I don't know if the other neighborhood associations would be willing to come in and do it. That's the other thing.
Again,
Yeah.
we won't get into that situation.
You know, like I said, I mean, you know, and unless they want to do both nights, you know, I don't know.
But you know, hey,
But, yeah.
it was a good time was had by all. I didn't hear anybody grumbling
No.
or anything like
No,
that. Everybody went away happy. Nobody should have gone away hungry.
Oh no,
I
there was
mean,
more. Yeah.
I mean, they were trying to give hot dogs away as exit prizes. We had so many of them cooked up.
Yeah.
But again, no, it was good. It's a good community.
Right. It's a good
get-together event.
Exactly. Get the people together, and that's what you want to do. But you also want to thank the police and the fire.
Yeah.
You know, and which is good. And they took pictures, and you know, I kind of wish they had like a fire engine down there. The kids could have gone on the fire engine, or one of the police cars. You know how they have all the different multicolored ones, like
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, who knows, maybe the next police chief will be receptive to something like that.
Yeah.
Something rainbow color to represent the entire diversity of the city of Lawrence.
I think, you know, and like I said, you know, like I said, we have the domestic violence car, we have the breast cancer car, we have
Yep.
the autism car. I think, you know, if we can maybe put one of those cars, depending how many neighborhood associations up there, because kids love to go in the police cars, love to turn the siren on, love to, you know, because you know when they have autism day at the thing.
They have to be careful. Not all of those cars have passed inspection.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, I
but
know,
yeah,
I know.
you know.
You know, you always
And-
get that one rotten
yeah.
apple is going to turn them in. Oh, they were driving an uninspected vehicle.
And then what? October is also the fire prevention month, and they also always have this big event in the at the fire station,
Yeah.
the central fire station.
That is if they don't break another water pipe.
Yeah. No, and if anyone's interested, September 5th at 2 o'clock, I believe, 2 to 3, is the groundbreaking for the new police station, which they've already had it
Is
2
it
years ago, but
the second or the third groundbreaking?
I think it's the second.
I know the first. I was there. I wasn't a city councilor, but I was
Right,
there
but
taking
you were there,
pictures.
right.
So that had to have happened.
2 years ago.
Let's see. It happened prior to March 1st of 2023. So what was it? 22? That they did the sprint.
Yep.
Because Roy was still the chief.
Roy was still the chief, and I think Kendris was the mayor at the time. Because they brought back Governor Baker.
Yep.
They brought back
Polito.
former Mayor Dan Rivera. And, you know, because
Yeah.
they're the ones that brought the money in.
Yeah, they fought for it.
Yeah, to
People
fought
don't want
for
to
it, yeah.
admit it, but they
They
did.
they fought for it. I mean, let's face it, the Lawrence Police Station, the minute it opened its doors, the old one was obsolete.
It's kind of like the Central Artery, the old Central Artery that was in the air in Boston. 1955 it was opened and it was obsolete.
Yep.
But again, good planning.
Right.
You know, the frustrating thing about it was the parcel of land they're going to be building the new police station on.
Right.
The city sold back in the early 60s for $6,000.
Yep. It
And
was,
they-
it was an old nursing home.
Yeah.
An old nursing home.
They sold it, then they built the nursing
Nursing
home,
home.
and then the nursing
Nursing
home
home
closed
closed.
shortly after I moved here 20 years ago, 22
Yep.
years ago.
Yep.
And Dr. Gorn, in his infinite wisdom, his infinite financial wisdom, bought the land.
Yep.
I can't blame him. I do it. If I had the
Yep.
money, I would have done it.
Yep.
But again, there was other. They should have done other things. They should have bought the old glass company
Oh, yeah.
and put the
South the police station there.
put the fire station on where the glass company is, because don't forget they're going to be changing Amesbury Street to two-way.
Oh, my God. That's
Yeah.
right. Oh, I forgot all about
Yeah,
that.
they would have had exits. They would have had exits out on two streets. Actually, three streets.
Yeah, I
You
forgot
would
about
have had
that.
Amesbury Street. You would have had Lowell Street, and well, actually, no, two streets, because Lowell goes all the way out to Lawrence Street. But you would have had exits to two different streets from two different directions in the
Wow.
building.
I forgot all
That would have
about
been a
that.
great idea. And then build a police station, and then where the fire station is, tear that down and build a communications center. You know, something like they tried to, Frank Cousins tried to do with Middleton,
Yeah.
the sheriff's department. You could have had, Andover, North Andover, Lawrence, and Methuen. They could have all had their dispatch center. They could have all got on one radio communication system. Everybody could have sent their own dispatches.
Yep.
So you wouldn't have somebody from Methuen dispatching to North Andover.
Andover, right.
It would have been a great idea. But what do I know?
Now the glass company is now a bus company.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what the new police station is going to look like. The plans for it.
I have seen what several police stations have turned into. I mean, I grew up in Lynn, and we had a 3-story brick building on Sutton Street. And the building was probably, I'm going to say, 75 foot square, 3-story, and it had a downstairs, and it had a tunnel from the police station over to the courthouse.
Oh, okay.
Okay. They ended up building, I call it the Taj Mahal on Washington Street. I mean, this thing is a magnificent looking building. If Lynn can do it, why can't Lawrence do it?
Wow.
Salem did the same thing. Salem had an old police station on a dead-end street. Now they got something that's accessible to everybody. It's modern, the whole 9 yards. That's what Lawrence has to do. And but again, people with more brains than I.
Is it to, once the new building is built, are they going to tear down the old building and make parking? What's the game plan? Does anyone know?
They could make an undercarriage car wash, because that area floods.
Yeah.
I think when the water pipe broke a week ago, I did see them with those floor blowers opening the where they bring the prisoners in down below. They were trying to dry that area out. I said, okay. No, why do they need that? Because they just passed the thing about the parking on Hampshire Street and Lowell Street, police parking only. It's temporary.
Yeah, temporary. Once the new building is built, you would think they would.
It should become untemporary.
Yeah,
it should be removed.
It should be. I think it should be that's where parking should be across the street, for the people, cars, whatever.
Greater minds than ours have resolved the issue when common sense does not apply. When you get consultants involved in it, their philosophy, it's my way or the highway,
Yeah.
Because we're getting paid big bucks to think this stuff up. Yeah, our big bucks.
This is very true, but what about, okay. But so like I said, that's going to be, so I'm looking forward to going to that event. Yeah.
I'll be there.
Because I didn't go to the first one because it wasn't even, the first one really wasn't advertised.
Surprise.
Well, whatever.
Who was was Brian the mayor at the time?
I don't think
Or was it
so.
Kendry's?
Might have been Kennedy's, or maybe Brian was just, I don't know how that worked out. I don't know. But, I'm surprised we got notification this time, so thank goodness.
If it was, let's see, if it was in 22, it would have been Brian was the mayor. fact, it was.
Okay.
Because they had all kinds of plaques, and he come running over and gave me a plaque.
Okay.
Just for
the
taking
other-
pictures.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, like someone said, we're going to get more shovels. We're going to order these shovels at $8,000 a whack. Some more shovels.
Hey,
So-
be nice. I still got the shovel from the Leahy
I
School.
understand that, but I mean, people who got them the first time around.
I will say one thing. There were 2 people at that groundbreaking at the Leahy School that knew how to use a shovel. Brian and myself. Everybody else, Brian, he knew how to use
Yeah,
a shovel. He was not afraid of hard work, and I've used the shovel a few times myself. But
Yeah,
it is
but
what it
you know, like I said, hopefully we can, it'll be a good event. Hopefully they'll start working on it soon, which would be nice.
Well, they got some heavy equipment in there. They got what appears to be metal sheet piles. They're kind of U-shaped, and they interlock, and they put them in to keep the ground from caving in,
Okay.
or water leaking in, amongst other things.
Okay.
So they're getting ready.
Okay.
They can hardly wait until it becomes official.
Yeah. Well, it's already been official, but let's do
Yeah,
it again
well,
because we have to just do it again.
Something that's long overdue. But
Yeah, well, I guess it'll be. Hopefully, a lot of people will show up. I mean, that would be nice. You know.
people are going to show up and they're going to say, "Is this for real? Are you kidding us? Is this an
Again?
April Fool? Is this last year's April Fool joke or next year's April Fool joke?"
Again, wait a minute. We already been there, done that.
Yeah,
Why are we
yeah,
doing it
really.
again? I don't know,
It is what it is.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, whatever.
Oh,
But yeah,
well.
you know, and I'm trying to think what else. Nothing else is going on in city-wise.
Let's see. I'm trying to think anything spectacular. Well, there are things, but
Yeah.
we
So the FYI, we don't know when the next city council is going to be in September because the first Tuesday of the month is election day.
primary election day.
Primary election day. So we're thinking it probably won't be until Thursday to give the elections department and the city clerk chance to breathe a little. So we don't know when we'll be on. We will let you know. It probably will. It could be the agenda may come out on Monday anyway, just to. Oh no, Monday's the holiday, so it won't be. So it'd have to be probably Wednesday.
Could be
Yeah.
if it comes out, if they decide that the meeting is going to be on Wednesday, the agenda still has to come out on
Has to come on Friday.
has to come out on Friday. It needs
Right.
the 48 hours.
Right. Right.
Even if it goes to a Thursday night meeting, the agenda would come out Tuesday night at the latest.
But that's not going to happen because of that's election day.
that would kick
Yeah.
it back
Yeah.
back to Friday. It would have to.
Right,
But
exactly,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
And
We're thinking it's going to be Thursday, but we don't know, and we'll have to find out.
even if the meeting is the council meeting is on Wednesday, we can do it that
Yeah, we can do-
afternoon.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you can tell how well scripted this program is.
Yeah. We just we wing it.
We wing it.
We can wing it. Not a problem.
Yeah.
We know what to look at the agenda going. Oh yeah. Okay. What about?
Well,
oh,
it
no,
doesn't
yeah,
matter
yeah.
because if anything, even though it isn't city council agenda business, it is political business.
Right.
We can discuss the
elections.
the implications of the results of the election.
Right. That's gonna be very interesting. All I can say is please get out and vote.
Yes.
Your vote counts, number one. Number two, people who say, well, I don't like this, this, and this. Well, have you voted no? Well, then you know what? You have no right to say you don't like this.
complain to me.
Right.
Don't complain to me about something that you didn't vote for or against.
Right.
I will just tell you, forget it.
Right.
You want to complain? Be able to prove that you voted. And
Right.
I do get the
voter list.
I get what is called the purge list. about a week after the election, and that tells me who voted. And for that matter, it'll tell me what party you voted for. But I don't care what party you vote for.
Just vote.
Just
vote.
Just vote.
Get out there. I mean, your vote counts.
I'll be honest. I fully, if we see 6,000 ballots, people voting,
That's sad.
that's sad. I fully expect that's about the size we're going to have for
And
a
that's
vote
sad. And
turnout.
that's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
you know?
And I think of I could make a rough estimate. Let's see, we got 26 polling locations. I'm going to say 3. That's 26. That's 78 times 300.
Yep.
Poll workers get about $300 a day for the time. I know we're running out of.
We're running out of time.
And then I don't even want to think about the 26 police officers
right.
and
Yep.
Lieutenant Cerullo logging everybody
Yes,
in.
yes.
It's going to end up being about $15 to $20 per vote.
Yep, right,
Really,
yep.
It's a sad commentary.
Right. Anyway, so get out and vote. Have a wonderful Labor Day.
Yes.
Go to the feast.
Yeah.
You know, enjoy yourself, and
Yeah, if
we
you
will see
you.
you.
can follow
Yeah.
follow Brenda on her Facebook page. You can follow me for better or for worse on my Facebook page.
And we will see you
And
then.
I'm on my best behavior.
All right.
And remember,
Yeah.
stay away from the paper shredder.